Hello, welcome to another weekly procedure, and today we are going to see how you can go about contracting a civil marriage in Kenya. We have included a link here which is going to direct you to our wiki procedure page where we have given you more detailed information on how you can go about the procedure to contract a civil marriage. We have also included external links to sites where you can visit to get more information on how you can go about with the process. Additionally, if you can look at the right hand side of your screen, we have included a select language option, which you can choose a language which you find easy to comprehend with, and by choosing that language, what will happen is that the wiki procedure page is going to be translated to the language which you have chosen. Like for this option, I chose Kiswahili, and the wiki procedure page automatically translated the procedure to Kiswahili, and this will give you a smooth time during your application process when you are reading through the wiki procedure. But for our case, we are going to stick to English for the purposes of this video. So let's go back to our presentation, and the list of items which we are going to cover in this session include the following: the need of a marriage certificate, the eligibility, the required documents, the steps to follow while making the application, the fees applicable, the validity period, the processing time, office location and contacts, and we're going to be talking about other information which are going to add on how you can contract a civil marriage in Kenya. So welcome. This procedure presentation is brought to you by wikiprocedure.com. Okay, the need of a marriage certificate. The marriage certificate gives you the eligibility to inherit your spouse's property and also jointly own properties without the fear of being denied the rights to share the matrimonial property in case your spouse dies. The certificate also enables your spouse to join your health benefits. The certificate is also needed when applying for foreign visas, if one of the couple is working in a foreign country. The certificate is also needed when applying for a passport or any other such document which requires your spouse's name, and it is usually very handy if you want to prove that you are legally married in front of any authority. So let's move on. The eligibility is that parties should have attained the legal age of marriage so as to contract a civil marriage, and parties should have no impediment to marriage. So let's continue. The required documents. First of all, both parties should appear before the registrar's office or registrars of marriage office to fill a notice form. You also require to produce your valid national identification cards or passports, original and photocopies. You also needed to produce a colored passport size photograph. You need to produce the death certificate if you are widowed, or a divorce decree absolute if you are divorced. And in the event of a divorce decree, if the divorce decree is more than 1 year old, or the death certificate is more than 2 years old, an affidavit to confirm marital status is also needed. And a document reason show proof that you have no time to give a 21 wait for the 21-day notice. This is if you want if you want to get married before the lapse of the 21-day period, which is required for as notice before you get married. We're going to see how this works later on. And a return air ticket or work permit or visa in case it's a foreigner who is getting married. So we are going to look at all these instances as we move on. So the first step is to file notice of marriage, also known as a civil notice. The first step is to contract a civil marriage in Kenya is to file a notice of marriage with the office of the Registrar General and wait for up to 21 days. So a fee of 600 shillings charged for filing the notice, and after expiry of the 21-day period, the couple can proceed to the next step, which is to have the marriage ceremony. So the next step is, if the couple if the couple wants the marriage to take place in the civil registrar's office, they are required to pay 3,300 shillings, after which will be given a marriage date according to the official diary. And upon picking the date, the marriage ceremony can either take place at the Registrar of Marriage offices or the Deputy Council Commissioner or Assistant County Commissioner offices. During the ceremony, the couples repeat the vows after the registrar, and they are asked to confirm the intention of getting married. After the vows have been exchanged, there will be issued with three hard copies of the marriage certificate to sign, and also their witnesses to sign. And after the witnesses have signed, the registrar will also sign the copies of the marriage certificate and will issue 2 of the marriage certificates to the couple, and 1 will be retained at the Attorney General's office. The total cost of this process is 3,900 shillings. Another option, if you want to enter into the civil marriage by special license, and this applies to Kenyans and foreigners. So one way is, if you, in some reason, you don't want to wait for the 21-day period to elapse, and you want to have your weddings, or you want to have your wedding ceremony in another place other than the registrar's office, you can apply for a special license for marriage. So a fee of 9,700 is charged if the wedding will be conducted at the registrar's office before the 21-day period has lapsed, and if the wedding is going to take place in another place other than the registrar's office, a fee of Kenya shillings 16,700 will be charged. So upon picking of the date, the marriage ceremony can take place, and the same process of exchanging vows will take place, and the couple will sign the 3 hard copies. 2 of them will be retained by the couple, and 1 is going to be retained at the Attorney General office. So the fees are as follows. Civil marriage by notice. This, if you wait for the 21-day waiting period, you're supposed to pay 3,900 shillings. A marriage by special license applies to Kenyans and foreigners. You can pay 9,700 is charged if the wedding is going to be conducted at the registrar's office, but you will waiver the 21-day waiting period. And a fee of 16,700 is charged if the wedding is going to take place in a garden or a hotel, and you want to waiver the 21-day waiting period. So the validity period of the marriage certificate is that it's valid until one of the spouse is dead, or in the event of an absolute divorce. The processing time are as follows. First, you have the 21-day notice period, and the marriage certificate is issued immediately after the marriage ceremony. The office locations of the Registrar of Marriages, the offices are at Sheria House, the ground floor at Harambee Avenue in Nairobi, Kenya. You can visit the website through www.statelaw.go.ke. And other information is that the advantage of the marriage certificate is that the certificate is needed for spouses to file joint tax and receive tax breaks. And if you plan to buy a house and need to apply for a mortgage loan, many lenders will ask you for a marriage certificate. This is so lenders can check your credit history jointly and separately. A marriage certificate can also help you to migrate with your family to any other country without many restrictions. And if the wife changes her second name and adopts the husband's, all documents are in a maiden name, and the marriage certificate will bind them to her, as it will show both a maiden name and the new adopted name. So thank you for watching wikiprocedure.com, and I'll ask you to like the video below, hit the like button, and go ahead and also click on the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. You can also share our videos and tell a friend about our Wiki Procedure website. We have more videos and more procedures for Kenya. Like we have different procedures for all the 47 counties in Kenya. We have different procedures detailing different ways on how to apply for certain services, on how to obtain certain documents, on how to go about different procedures in Kenya. So browse through our Wiki Procedure website page, like our Wiki Procedure video for today, and subscribe, and you can also hit the notification button so you can be notified when we upload other videos. So thank you, and I wish you all the best in your civil marriage. Have a good day.